I hope she makes you smile. The way you made me smile. On the other end of a phone, in the middle of a highway, driving alone. Oh baby, I hope you hear a song that makes you sing along and get you thinking about her. Then the last several miles turn into a blur. I hope you both feel inspired by the end of the drive. I hope you know she's the one by the end of the night. I hope you never ever felt more free. Tell your friends that you're so happy.
Okay, I'm actually going to get right to it. So, as those who have been paying attention know, I've been taking the photos and delayering them. It's very tedious, and it's actually quite crazy because the things that are coming out definitely put Don on location, and this is what I want to show you. I couldn't go on last night because it's taking a really long time, especially with summers. You could see that from my perspective. Now, this is my perspective. I'm not in the position of what TBI are in the position of doing, and personally, I would have already had them, but maybe they have their plan because these photos are pretty incriminating, and they do keep changing and evolving the way that you click on them. To get to the point, because I have so many videos to show you guys how I got here from photo 1 to now. But I wanted to first show you these so those who can't sit through all the videos, at least they have an understanding on how severe this is. And Summer Wells's photos are really bad as well. What I saw with the 613 thing was in his interview, this is the first time that I've actually seen two photos were placed differently, and they were the photo of Summer with the hat on. That one was used at 8 something in the interview, and that one had the same verse on top, but it wasn't the photo of what happened. It wasn't the photo that revealed and unraveled what happened to her. The one that was sitting at 613, which is extremely hard to get to, you guys could try. I have all the photo evidence that that's where I got it, and that's where it sat, and it sat under that verse, 613. Between that photo and the other one, which doesn't show as much as this one, it's almost as if he was praising himself for what he did. And it seems to me as if Don was thinks he's God, and he's not. He thinks that this was a complete sacrifice to take his children, take his child. This was his ultimate sacrifice. And I'm not here to place judgment on anybody's beliefs. I'm not here to say anything like that. But these children, this child that you see in front of you with Don at the scene, those are just layers, guys, and I'm unpeeling. He's there. And this child is not Summer. This child is someone else. And there's photos of babies, and there's photos of men, and there's photos of other people that I have captured from this particular photo. To go back to Summer, where we all started, Summer was the reason everyone kind of gathered to find this poor little child. And it's to me, it's her story, along with all the other children that felt victimized and into the hands of Don and Candus, who obviously work with a very large group to be able to create the scene that I see in front of me in most of these photos. And mind you, they do keep changing, and what they have done is they are layering it upon layers of, they start with a white room, they're in the white room, and they use green screens to make it look like they're real fucking sophisticated, but they're not. Here we all thought, oh, they're flying this, they're doing this, but they're not. They use the green screen, and they're using, I'm going to be probably talking this whole time. I'm going to be talking if it's okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
They use the green screen and the white room as a way to cover up the rooms that they're using. But what they do keep pretty clear is what they're doing to these kids, and the jugs are there, the jugs of blood, and there's a lot in here that matches up to 4 months ago of the photos that I have. And to me it looks like they're guilty in my head. Like if I was there, I'd be pulling them in and saying, I don't understand how you could be in a room with someone that's head is in a crane to have it cut. I mean, that's what it is. They're chained in there, and Don thinks he's the clown. That's why I'm calling him Don the Clown. Don the Clown. That's what his face in this photo actually is going to get pretty dirty and pretty bloody, but I just really want to start with these photos so you all could have the patience to see this photo, because watching the videos takes a while. It's Don. He's connected to the scene pretty clearly, and I thought maybe number 5, number 3, but these kids are numbered. And they actually also have arrows on their heads, on their faces, in which direction to go. And I don't know if it's to show the direction of the incision. I don't know what that is, but then it winds up with a V. There's a lot going on here, but you have to try to not get into the drama of the scene around you. Yes. Because a lot of that scene around them is created. It's created for the chaos. It's the location they use every time, and it's the location of where Summer is, and the rooms, and they change your rooms, the location every time you see. The locations are the white rooms. Every time you see Don preparing a white room, and he's splattering the cement, and he's proud of his work. He's proud of what he's done. He's proud of the locations he prepares, and then covers them up with all of this stuff. So he prepared right there, right in their faces. He prepared a white room, and during all of his interviews, everyone's like, "What's he doing back and cleaning up the room with? What is he doing there?" Well, he's preparing. He's not sad and upset. He's just hoping that he meets up with his daughter soon, where he sent her. And I don't know what his thought process is, but I mean, that's what he's thinking. I videotape because it's very hard to capture all of the different stages that the photo goes through, and if I'm not videotaping, I don't capture the whole story that they're telling. It's hours of video, and I'm going to see if I could play it. I'm going to kind of try to play it faster, all the videos, but it shows you what happens in these photos, and it shows you the different all the details that they've put into what they're doing. But at the end of the day, Don's guilty. There's no reason we should have any of these photos at our fingertips. And there's no reason he should be walking around with Candus gloating. They're at it again. They're at it again. I mean, everything that you just understand, you guys could do this. Everything that they post and everything that they put up is for the sake of their purpose. It's for their sake of their purpose. And that's it. Every little thing. I don't know if you all could see this. Take some of these down, then I'm going to start the videos, because it's the videos that I want you guys to sit back and watch. This was captured right at 6:13, and Don's message in his Facebook post. Let's see if I have that right here. I'll pull it up, and I think I believe I have it on the video. In his Facebook post, basically tells you what he did. It's a letter. It's a letter of confession, and it's all just puts it all together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the videos. And play through them, and you guys will see how the story just plays out itself. It's all here. I'm not done with it, and he's definitely guilty, and this is the guilty party, and I have every video and every piece of photo evidence to prove it. Here we go. I'll talk through whatever I can. Actually, I'm going to take these down. I think I'm going to start with Summer. I'm going to start with Summer's videos, you guys. This is how the photo starts. You know, it looks like what you think you see in a red basement, and the first things that pop through are the elements that I have seen in all of the photos, and I know I'm not the only one. I know there are other people that have seen him and have recognized, wow, that looks familiar. I'm going to actually go, these are all so long, but that looks familiar. But so every time I see an element start to appear under the red, they use the reds, the greens, to cover up what they're doing. And it works really well, because if I don't know anyone else who's unpeeled these. The room you see that she's in isn't a normal space. You will see the elements just get more pronounced. They're in there. Under the floor is where they are. It shows it. Oh, here's his. Okay, let me stop this. So here's his July 30th letter. It's pretty self-explanatory. I'm not reading it because I don't want to read his words. But as I'm looking at the words and going over the words as well, the scene that's going on under this white piece of paper with words is really what captures everything. It's the people in the white masks and so forth. It's the background, and these words are under it or over it, and that's what comes through in hours of video. So when I sort of stop it a little bit and you kind of look, I've stopped it right here, and you could sort of see, and I watch for that, not that, that. I watch for images that are going to come through underneath the video, underneath the letters, and they come so quickly, but they're there, and you could see the truth that's going on, and I've captured it. So those words basically is, this is Don's, put it together, it's Don's purpose. It's his validation for what he did. It's his validation for what he did. Right there. Right there. And there, he has 831. I don't even know what that one is, but the first photo that appears in the interview with Chris, and he really used Chris for this, the photo that shows up, the first one is at that time. So I don't know if they redid the photo. I don't know how it got there at those specific times, if he had to have control of what went on. Watch how this, I'm just going it fast because each one of these videos are like an hour long, but I'm slowly going to show you how I did this. You're just going to all learn. Yeah, whoever put the thumbs down knows that this shit's coming down. The only reason you put thumbs down is because you're part of it. And look at those photos that come through. Look at them look at them closely. Let me show you. Look what comes through, and that's the stuff that I captured. You're not seeing things. It's really there. And see that? See what's under the ground there? All this time, many of us thought we were seeing something, and that wasn't real. And it is real. It is real. It's really there. It's really in front of us. And the more this gets played, the more I see it. See, now I'm playing this with you guys for the first time and replaying it with myself. So the reason I waited to replay it is because I want to capture this for you guys, everyone that has been really quite waiting to get justice for Summer and all the other kids that are involved. There's a lot of kids. Like that right there. I'm gonna just keep stopping on areas of each photo that prove information. You're gonna see codes come through, and they're definitely code numbers. I wrote them down. I have them all, and that's just basically the evidence that needs to get to the correct people. Because see, even as you sit on one frame, what you see changing is really changing, and then it goes right to, it forms exactly what it's supposed to form, whatever is under there. You know, that's the stuff that I've been doing, is taking the layers off. Summer's neck has been really, really sad. This is just one video, and it's somewhere, it's in these houses that he is building. I'm just going to keep throwing these out there because each video I have them in order of my work process, And each video that I put up here has a little bit of layer missing from the previous one. Starting with Summer. Summer's is the hardest, obviously. That other child's I have pretty much exposed, but Summer is the one that is leading this whole pack to justice, basically. That's what I see, that she's the medium that is so strong and so special that she's bringing this all to surface. See, that's really the location, has all of that in there. It's going to get clearer and clearer that the cover-up is pretty done. There's no way that they're going to get there's no way that when you have something like this and his face is in there with the scene, and you'll see, you guys are going to be blown away how this scene exposes itself. Do you see how here, I'm going to stop it right there. If I can't see, it's hard to stop right on it, so that's why I have to keep my finger down. You see how it's coming through. It's coming through. Yes, okay. He's putting his ashes in houses that will be haunted, and someone said that a guy smelled. Okay, so I didn't know that. Yes, to me, in the location that I have a photo of, they have incinerators, and that's what the incinerators are in where they are, and they're very, very well connected to the carnival scene and getting access to gas lines and underground necessities to complete their process. You're not getting notifications. My notifications have something's happening. They're being messed with. A lot of things have happened since I've opened this up. When I decode, and the reason I have my face covered, not like it's going to make a difference, but when I'm decoding, it's like you're going to see evidence of it flashes back at me, and it's almost like it takes a photo of myself, my own computer, and then it winds up on my laptop. So I don't know how that's happening, but it's not stopping me. I'm going to continue, and I just make sure that, I don't know. At this point, I don't really give a fuck. I just want this out there. So this is where it started. Those little, when I would see this, see if we go back and forth on this one. This is the stuff that I captured photos on. Like right there, right in there is the real, and it's going to keep changing even while I'm doing this with you guys, because these are when it's live, meaning that the image is still live and not still, it keeps evolving. And the crazy thing is, what I noticed last night is that, see how it's going to keep evolving as I keep my finger down right in front of you guys. It's going to, each video, there was the purpose of this is to create the videos, capture them, capture the photos, and then play back for YouTube people that have been begging for justice and begging for shit to happen, and for Summerwells and all the Summerwells to find peace instead of being freaking splattered around a fucking house in cement. So you see how this is opening up. This is the real room. This is the real room. It's coming out. And this is the stuff that you guys yourself should be taking snapshots of. Please take snapshots and share them. All the stuff that I'm going to have here, this is for everybody. This isn't just for me. I don't care. This channel is here for this purpose, because I just don't know if I would even use YouTube to do all of this, but I definitely will have YouTube as one of my primary places to have support, because I have found, take a snap picture of this. This is a very important one. See, when I go to lift, it goes away. This is going to show you the different doors, and the locations are in here. I've already taken pictures myself, you guys, and I do have them. That it's not just Summer Wells. There's there are many kids. Many. Let me see if I get that back to make sure that you guys take a picture of that one. Right in there. It's right in there. Watch. That one. As crazy as it looks, it's that one. So see how there's a lot of plumbing, and we all know, you know, Don has created this plumbing system for what's going on, and his plumbing system is well used, as well as his gas system and his electric system. Lots of electricity is being used, and I'm not just saying this because this is what I think or I intuitively see. I'm saying this because I have photos of it, and no one's ever going to see any of that money from them. It's such bullshit. As soon as you hear, by the way, as soon as you hear their funds that have all this money, it's a bunch of bullshit lie. It's nonsense. They created their own drama. They created their own drama. Because, you know, anyone puts anything in, see how this one's changing. It's all the same stuff that we have all, the ones that have been looking at this have seen it. This is only my video 2. I have like 100 of them that expose, and they get better and better. So it's a photo like this really starts to grow. So you can get a really good look of what's going on under that red right there. So everything, what's going on in there is it's the exact same location that I'm showing you with that young child that's hanging. There's the number 5. You guys take a picture of that. That's the number 5. Do you understand that right there incriminates him, because Donald was number 5 in this whole thing. That's the right in the middle. It's coming through, and he prides himself on being that. While he sacrifices his daughter. So see what's going on here. Now I'm doing this live obviously because I don't actually know how else to get it documented outside of what I've done. The work that I've done of hundreds of hours prior has gotten me to this point where I'm able to unravel the photos that you're seeing, because you're seeing that one of the most important parts is to see that I'm not manipulating or changing or using my own Photoshop to do it. It's very important that I show you guys how this is changing as I just hold it down. The V's are coming. I mean, there's a lot that shows up. And the most important thing, because if this I'm sure someone's going to want this, I would think, the first question would be like, how did you get that like that? Well, you see it moving. See that? See that's like the little things moving in the back? All I did was keep my cursor down and go back and forth. That's completely evolving. I'm going to take the next video, because each time, like I said, I'm just going to keep repeating myself. Each time I put a video up, it's the next video that I recorded. Now, what I'm going to be curious to see is if the other videos change as I, let's see, this one's 10 minutes, but as you can tell, I'm going to go through it now. Here's more layers that I'm taking out, because the one prior to it showed you that I was that I already probably just took off 4 layers of the thousands that are on there. The first thing that came through here is the like the doors, you know, like we all see the doors on the bottom. I'm going to let this play through a little bit. The number 5, his icon for his Facebook, I was able to uncode it, and it's the video prior. I'm just assuming you guys are watching the videos before this, because it's really kind of goes in order. When I decoded his icon, it's a clown face with the number 5. That's how I was like, what the heck, what's with the clown face and the number 5? Well, that's how he goes, that's how he represents himself. No, kids don't just disappear. I mean, we all know they just don't disappear. There's a reason they don't just leave. Okay, I'm going to go through this one, showing you, okay, we're still in Summer Wells, but this is the photo I got down to a very low layer, and you could tell because the way that it looks, and you could see underneath the words, I'm like, something's coming through. There's images coming through the words, and that is what made me realize that I must see if what is on this piece of paper, what's under the words. And this is where a lot of the coding stuff came from. Numbers, and I really couldn't stare at it too long, because I have to be honest with you guys, it does mess with you. There's the number 5. So here's his icon. That was just a normal little icon, and as I worked through it, it shifts to a clown with the number 5. Now, that isn't what you see. It might be not what you see when you go look them up, because most of the images are all connected. Once you change one, you change them all. I don't know how that works, but that's how it's working. This is Don's icon, and this is another piece of evidence to me that, are you kidding me? Like, and it's, as I work on it, it gets worse. So I'm working, there we go. And as I'm working super close in, I get many layers that they just go away. Now, ignore the my column to the right. It's the PDF is showing the pages. Obviously, it's not part of it, but there is no way to get rid of it, because if I don't do it in this program, it doesn't work. So this is getting super close in, And these are images that are underneath the Summer Wells photo. And they get really bad. There's like a lot going on here. Definitely, they have bones. They have a lot of stuff going on here, and I just don't want to. I'm trying not to get involved in like the drama of it, but the drama of it is, I think, is why they do it. But all of their photos of what they really want to capture are super, super, super close up, and everything else is basically in the background. I'm going slow to show you the images that are under here, and then I blow it back up. But this is really important to show because many of these close-up photos have a lot of information, and they're all covered up with his words, obviously. I know this may look like not much, but the next video, it'll show you what this really is. And the only way for me to get to it is to see how I'm removing. That's removing a layer, and that's actually a perfect example of it stamping a photo. It stamps photos like that while I'm decoding, and it's very uncomfortable, but I think that justice needs to be done. And I really try to stop messing with this, but I'm going to the next one, but there's no way. Oh my god, you guys, there's so many videos. Oh, this is more of Donald's number 5. Because this is very important to show, because that number 5 has been showing up. It shows up in many different situations. It shows up in the dancing in the rain. It shows up in the swing. It shows up rainy day. It's everywhere. The number 5's everywhere, and obviously that's his number, because the number 3 they show. There's a lot of other ones. So what I'm doing is I'm going, this was a shorter video, I'm just kind of snapping through to see if I missed a photo that I could have taken. You know, like when I was going through Don and Benny's video of him in that house. Well, that house is the scene of where that child was taken and was brutally murdered. All they did was they put a green screen over it, and it's Don. I mean, it is what it is. It's Don there, and I can't judge Benny, but what the fuck is Benny doing? Ever since Benny showed up, I think that there's been confusion, and I think that they're oh, there we go. I think that their videotaping it's better for me, is gone to shits, because I think that they've probably never brought someone in like that before, and it's definitely just to let you all know, it's definitely made my job a little easier, because it started showing right in their first video, right in Benny and Donald's first video. You know, going to the next one. That's where I stopped the video and I saw that young girl. These are close-ups of what they really look like. That's Summer's flower. That's supposed to be her flower, but it's not a flower, you guys. Close up, it's not a flower. It's a portal, and I have photos of it. So it's not. Let's Let's see. I'm going to start from the end and see what I got. It says sideways. Okay, I'm going to go to the next one because it's sideways. I have a lot of them. Okay, we're back to, oh, why is that one only 5 seconds? See, the ones that are really fast, I like to stop because sometimes it's really weird, but the videos create 1 second, like 1 second videos. And I know that I didn't do it, but sometimes when something snaps itself, I feel like there's a reason for it. So these short little ones, see how this short little one actually shows something very important right in the middle there. It's a short one, but it's a good one. This is just a frame that is easily shown. See what's going on with this? This is just, this is what's in the other one too. It shows different rooms, different sections, and the small little frames that pop up like this, I have to pay attention to. These are containers, by the way, that are lifted up from the ground. I don't know. I'm looking with you guys. There's like a, see the hook? Do you guys see that hook? See how it's changing and evolving as we sit here and watch it? I believe by next ones even show more. See, I would snap a photo of that. These are photos that you guys will maybe even want to have, because this is going to go down in the books as one of the biggest busts in the history of missing children. And I've said it from day one. I said it on my other channels. The Summer Wells will be the front of my book. You know, and I'm not even in video tech, well, I should say video production. My background is television production, but so I have an eye for it, but I don't know anything about this kind of a program that they're using. But you could see clearly, let me see if I go back and forth. You could see clearly what's going on there, and it gets better and better. Here's a closer up of Summer Wells. This is what started happening to her. Summer goes through a process, and I know it's a horrible process to watch, but I'm really happy I have it on video. It's like they have you know, the bottom of her neck starts to look like a wolf, but everything else does come. See how it changes. And it evolves. And this is really why, I hope I'm talking loud enough, but I'm in public location, and it keeps evolving. And I move it like that because I wait for it to click. That's the click that shows me that the photo is taking layers off. No one told me how to do this. I just sort of had faith that I wasn't seeing things and have faith in my own spiritual self that what I saw many months ago was real. Now there's like a person behind her that's basically like almost like hooked up with a tube, and then you see those jugs. Those jugs are were the number one. Though that was the number one thing that stood out, was when Summer was in the car, and I saw these white jugs, and the crazy thing is they put it right on national news, and I'm like, am I the only one who sees it? There's jugs behind her head, and she's laying on a clear bed, and she's connected to an IV. Like, does anyone else see that, or is it something that? And I don't know who else saw it, but anytime I would bring it to someone, that no one saw what I saw. So, and it kept happening over and over. Okay, so that person behind her, see, I'm waiting to see if it will change anymore. The person behind her becomes clearer and clearer. And the depth of it is really off. So this one is changing even more. Her cheek. It's really important to see each stage, because when you later see a photo that I say is Summer, and you're all like, no, it can't be Summer because she has a white mask on, but the whiteness of the mask and everything is what all the children wind up with. This at least shows it's growing. And now obviously they don't grow a mask on her, but they remove it. Like, they have a photo in the beginning and then they have a photo after, and they just slightly remove it, and you could see her left eye is becoming bloody. And I'm so sorry to be showing photos that are not really pleasant to see, but I think that this is a documentary that needs to get out. Ignore my phone in the background. Just try to, that's my phone. It's really hard to videotape it without some sort of interference as far as reflection. I haven't figured that out. See right there? There's your jug. There's your jug behind her. It's coming out. There's the jugs, and you have the tubes in the jugs. See, it takes time. She's in it's very condensed area. There's the jug showing up, and she's basically like kind of in the same kind of contraction as why I showed you that other child first, is because that gives you an insight to what's going on here. There's Summer Wells's jugs that we saw in day number 1, and there's someone behind them, and the jug is over their mouth. This is what's going on. I can't, I'm just telling you what I see. I'm just telling you what I see, and right or wrong, but this shit doesn't lie right now. They are using tubing to do something with the blood, and there's basically someone behind her laying down, wrapped in plastic. They're right there. Oh, my phone. Okay. Yeah, I need to talk you guys through this. I can't play music. Notice her neck. Look right behind her. You see that? That's what's going on. And that's a black box. All of his elements are in every freaking video. For those of you who are first tuning in, I don't know if you have to watch from the beginning. I don't know how live works, if you can, but I know that I will be posting this all together once done. But I'm not going to finish this until I have all the videos up and out. Sometimes my stuff just disappears. Okay, here comes the next one. These are in order of the progress, so some of them are short, some of them are longer, but anytime something was shifted or changed, I needed to document the change. This little Summer, little baby girl. See how it's getting clearer and clearer? Slowly, the layers on Summer go away. It's very, very layered, as you could see. So it makes it blurry, but at the end of the day, the photo really isn't blurred. You're going to see a little bit more detail. Are these out of order? 5, let me see. And this is, again, this is the photo that actually Don used. This is a photo he used with his statement. Basically his statement of guilt. He told us all what he did, and it shows what he did. And what all I was missing before was putting him on the scene, and he and Benny kind of fucked up with that photo, and it basically put him on the scene. So, you know, 5. Movie 4. Let's see. And just move through this a little bit, go to the end and go back. Okay, here you could see more of Summer and what's going on around her body. and especially her eye and the side of her head.
Have a nice day, man.
Right there. So she sort of has the same, I believe, the same kind of a, I don't know, equipment around her as the other one we saw. Again, I'm just trying to give you everything that I have, so you YouTubers and people that are following have the same information as I do, and to please do whatever you can with it. It's for you guys as well as for me, and you have permission from me to do whatever you can do with this to get this game over with and find justice for all these kids. It's just showing what I'm doing with it, moving it back and forth. I'm trying to find the live frame to remove. There's the red, the blue, the yellow, the green, and that just tells me that they have something that they're covering up in that corner. That's really important. I know the way that this program works because I've worked with trying to uncover what they're doing. As long as you guys have, I don't know who else is doing this with the photos that they've given us, but I haven't seen anybody else's information like this that actually gives photo evidence. I mean, it's photo evidence. You mean there's no one who has photos like this. Okay, let's go summer 7. I'm gonna move this, okay, what do we have here? So if you look at the person behind Summer, notice the movements and the changes in that person. And the red is just going across it stronger because we're removing it. Because the red covers up white. So really what she has across her head is all white, and then the jug right behind her is white, not red. But it's a jug. And same freaking jug that we saw in the beginning. I may even put a little music on, you guys, and just keep moving through the Summer Wells' photos before I go to the next one. When I stop, have your phones ready if you want to snap photos so you can work with them and take a look. But when snapping a photo and playing it on your computer is super important because it still changes. You know, it still changes and evolves because what you see isn't what's going to be at the end. But it basically is, nothing changes outside of Don's guilt. That the kids were taken by their hands. Blood was shed in their houses. Blood was shed on their time. Blood was shed in their presence. So I'm really not quite sure what else they would need. I think this is more of showing that, of me going underneath the words. That is the real long one. We don't need to see that. And this just keeps changing. Summer's was covered up with all red. It was very difficult, but it's just proves such guilt. Such guilt. summer one. Is this an older one? Oh, there. Like, see the bottom of her neck? I don't know their process, and I don't know what they put her through, what kind of a sacrifice, but that's an animal's face that doesn't change. It just changes to her face being covered in white, in a white mask. So these are the videos again that I was able to take photos from, and then those are the photos that I unpeeled. You know, this is to show evidence and proof that everything that I have is coming from their social media. And the photos that I reveal next, you know, actually you're looking at them. Whatever photos you take, I took photos. All came from their live video. Let's see. As you could see, there's a lot more going on as there was an hour ago. Let me see what photos I have. So what you're seeing is quite different from this first photo. This was the beginning scene, and it changes. Now look at it. Now it's really changing.
Thank you.
Hello, how are you?
Nice to see you again.
See the picture? Look at how the children show up in the shirt, because the shirt disappears. There's a baby's face. It winds up being a lot of faces. Look at the bottom. Take a picture of this. See the different drugs, the separate ones? Right there. This is the stuff that you need to stamp a photo of. Right? Right in there. You could see the different jugs with the different people. Snap whatever photos you can. And look at the children in the background. Here they come. It's the room. Alright, I'm going to play around with this one and I will turn the music on while I play around with this one. Snap photos when you need, so you guys will have the photos. Right in there. Those are the same elements that we saw they're trying to put in their backyard, covered in green. Right? I'll show you. There. See another face? Look at the black and white part too. This is where it really starts to change. I think that's the incinerator, actually. Okay, look at these pictures here. This to me is the room. White room. That's the end of the story. I'm not done, but all the way in the back there, I believe that's the incinerator. Because I spiritually know that they get burned. Don's ear. There we go. Keep watching. Also, if you notice, Don's face takes on the face of all of his victims also.
Peace.